Okay, I'm in Redmond, Utah. Just gonna hit this little town real quick and see if we can find any evidence of either mud flood or that this town is older than what they're telling us that it is. And so I'm gonna take you to this church over here. I'm gonna just kind of take you up Main Street here, and that's it. It's not gonna be a very long video, but I just want to start right here. Look at this old house right here, an old bungalow. And it's got the squared off windows up top, and then down below it's got the arched windows with the what looks like a new foundation put around this building underneath those arches. So what I wonder is if there was actually brick that went straight into the ground right there. And anyway, kind of interesting. And I want to show you the other side of this real quick. And you can see a better view of that. This is our work right down here below. And you can see how our stuff turns to crap. And that's not an original foundation on this building. I wonder if I can see anything in there. So anyway, yeah, you've got arches down below and squared off windows above, and what I wonder is if they broke out some arches. Like for instance, see this middle window? I wonder if it was originally a smaller window, about the same size as these arches below each of them. And they changed the look of this to make it look more modern, but originally it was all arched windows all over it. It's interesting. We've got this old church, and I'm just gonna hit this real quick. It's attached to a newer building, and so just going to show you it. Beautiful. And it is interesting that you walk up these stairs and look what's happening to our work here. It just doesn't last compared to the rest of the structure. And it's hard to tell if this brick is original or if it's something put over it, but whatever it is a very high quality brick. You know, so it's really hard to say, but it does have that yellowness to it. It's got a big old door. Right here is 8 feet, so it's got 9-foot door up front, and you walk up what looks like about 6 feet. And so, you know, I wonder if there was another door underneath there originally, and I want to show you why. So basically they took these stairs and did they just slap them up against a to hide a door under there, and maybe they even put a room around that to protect it, to keep it from leaking. And you can see that this is all new and different, but look at what we have here. We have these ground level windows all along here. And by the way, that's something else I failed to mention on this house that we started at right over here, was these ground level windows. If there's a flood, and you can see where we started here, that there's a hill, the Main Street just comes up right up a hill, and we're in an area where if they get cloudbursts out here, they call them, and so if it does flood, which it has occasionally flooded, I'm sure, that water could easily go up against these windows right here. So you got these beautiful arches up top, and you have these ground level windows all along the bottom here. So the question is you know, did they really build it this way, or does it look like something that maybe they found? And so just gonna go around here real quick. And you can see that the newer building attaches into this older building here, so we're just going to sneak around here real quick. But on the back, you can see they have a door here with an arched door, And then they have these ground level windows along here. So just really interesting. If it rained, all this water off the roof is gonna come down into here and come up against these windows right here. I do not believe that that was built that way. I think that that's a candidate for having been found. Let me know what you think. So we're only gonna focus on this older part of the building, and just really interesting. So you've got window and then a window and a window and a window, and where these maybe originally arched windows down here, kind of matching the top. And did they find this building and basically block the bottoms of these in? And you can see right here, does this make any sense to you? So the question I have is, what's going on with the front of this building right here? Is this original? Because you have this little beautiful arch right here, and then you have brick in front of it. Do you see that? Is that the way you're going to design or build something? So I wonder if this is a reinforced brick right here that they took off the building somewhere. And you have a little room here below the porch. Very interesting to me. I wonder if this whole front area is an addition to what they found, and that they took some brick off the building and they were able to build this. Just a thought. One interesting thing is the mortar seems to be a little different. You get back here, you get that dark mortar, and you know, maybe this is just faded in the sun here, but anyway, interesting. So is there a door under there, which having the door top close to the same height as these windows that are underneath here? I actually do believe that if we were able to tear that away, we would find a door there. So the other side looks a lot like the side we were just looking at. And unfortunately, I couldn't find a hole or anything to see if there is older brick inside there. But I'm gonna take you inside real quick and show you a little tour of the inside of it. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm on the inside of this chapel. This is the upstairs. It's a reception center now, and they just happened to have had a reception here last night. Beautiful arch windows. Just really cool. Looks like they have a ramp here. Now this back area here looks to be newer. But look at this. So you walk up the stairs here, maybe 3 feet, and you can either go up to where we were, or you can go downstairs. And this area down here is about 6 feet down. Just really cool. And dang it. That's too bad. Huh. The lights. There we are. This was, who knows what this was originally. Little cubbies here and there. Oh, sorry. So it's like people live down here. So this is underneath the church here. So interesting. That was weird. So it looked like, well, it's attached to this area over here, which looks newer than the rest of this other building. So let's focus on this original building here and see what we can find. So they've stuccoed over the whole.
So you're an old building collector, are you?
Yeah, just.
What do you think the age is on that?
I don't know. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't. Did I ask the owner? And he said
1890s. Wow, isn't that incredible? Yeah, right across the street, that building says 1875, I think. Or,
So this might be earlier,
yeah, so really neat. Well, congratulations.
It's a fine wedding.
Awesome. Okay, well, that was the inside. So let's just keep going here. We got a beautiful old stone building right across kitty corner over here. So let's check it out real quick to see what we find. Give you a shot of this plaque right here. And so this is Redmond Town Hall. And the adobe part of the town hall, 24 feet by 36 feet, was built in 1881. So you can pause it there if you like. So let's just take a look around here and see what we find here. Beautiful hewn stone cut building. And this is interesting, you know. That stone continues to go into the ground there, and this is deteriorating down in here, it looks like, right below this window. So who knows what we're looking at here. Beautiful arches all over it. And interesting. So not really sure what we're looking at here, but let's get a shot of the back of this stone building. Not really seeing anything there. So let's go around the back side and see if we see anything. So, Redmond, Utah probably doesn't have that same history that a lot of towns in this area have, where the Black Hawk War kicked them back, but I'm gonna look into it and let you know, and check out the description of the video. And so you do have a brick fireplace inside there, so that's interesting. No, I'm not really seeing windows or anything on this side. But if you check out my Salina, Utah video, very similar work. And Salina is not far from here, just a few miles actually. So you'll see these same arches in the backs of the stores there. So let's keep going. I'm gonna just take you up this hill and I'll be right back. All right, so I've just come, we were just over at this building on this side of the park over here, and I want to show you this old guy right here. Now, would anybody ever build this house this way, or does this have the appearance of a house that you may have found, manufactured a bunch of crappy lined brick and poured a new foundation around and then stacked that brick around a pre-existing building? Notice that the windows come up all the way to the eaves, and you know, the house that we started, this is a bungalow just like it, and look how thick the columns are here on each end of the porch. But look at these ground level windows. Again, Does this make any sense to you whatsoever? This looks to me like something that is a candidate for an old building that was already here. It's right on Main Street. And just want to get this side of it. And not really sure what we can see in the very back here. But look at these ground level windows, where the water would just go right into the basement. So basically, what it looks like to me is that they slapped up some of this pebble mix concrete up against the building, the width of a brick. And then they slapped this brick, starting with those red bricks, on top of that new foundation. And then just brick straight up from there. And they like this type of brick. They came up with this type of brick because it's so gritty and really easy to work with. They stuck really well together and allowed them to work really fast. That's why I think that this brick exists. You won't find any of this lined brick in, you know, ancient brick. It doesn't. They didn't line it like that. It was always smooth. So just very interesting. And let's see if we can get a view from the back of it. Who knows what we'll find? Maybe we'll find an arch back there. So again, you've got that ground level window there behind that couch or whatever that is, daybed. You've got your windows all the way up to the eaves. Would you ever design a house this way? I think the answer is no. Okay, let's keep going. So, I'm just gonna take you up here. If I see something, I'll be right back. Okay, so we were just down at this house on the corner over here, and I want to show you this old house right here. I think it's probably one of the oldest houses in town. And pretty awesome old house here. And so okay, so on the back side, we've got this old yellow brick with arches home, right? Not really sure if we can see anything here. And it's got the, hey, how are you? And you can see right there. I can?
Yeah, it was
Oh, 1901. The brick part?
no, I don't know. The house was, you know, a Manti temple.
Yeah.
That's the same.
Same stone as the Manti temple.
Except, yeah, this is
Ah.
unfinished.
Interesting, huh? So this is the same stone as the Manti temple, and I actually did a video on Manti. Just same thing I'm doing here. So it looks like this used to actually have a larger door with a window up there maybe, and they've patched that in.
They might have.
You see that?
Yeah, because that's been redone.
Yeah, so kind of about the same height as this, but then maybe they decided to just go with your regular size. And you can see how thick that wall is. That's amazing.
And then the old coal chute is right here.
Okay. Oh,
That's where
yeah.
the old coal chute is.
So you got an old coal chute right there. That is so cool. Right below that window, you've got directly below there, you got an old coal chute. That's interesting. That's a pretty big old coal chute, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. You
Wow.
can see where the old wires were ran, right where that door is hanging.
Uh-huh.
That was all the old wires.
Yeah, and that is forget what that's called.
Yeah, the insulation.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So then you have a window that's the same size as the door there, and then you have another arched door over. Oh no, that's a window. Oh, look at that beauty. It's got the drapes coming down the side of the brick draping down the sides.
We started adding on, but we never finished.
And another one there. Wow. And nothing along the
There was nothing
along there, huh? So interesting. Wow. Have you lived here a while?
We've been here since '93.
Can I go around the back and just video that?
Be careful, there's a trench. Like I said, we were working on sprinklers and then it got.
Oh yeah, we'll do.
So
There's a door there. Appreciate you letting me do this. Wow, okay, so you got like a blocked in window here that
that's where the bathroom is.
okay. And that's actually a brick. No, that's the same height as this arch here.
Yeah, so this is the brick add-on.
Uh-huh. And it's on a what looks like a stone foundation, huh?
Oh yeah, it goes down.
And there's no basement underneath this
No,
area.
not
They
under
just went
there.
straight up on the ground, huh?
Yeah, this is.
What is the floor? Concrete?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's concrete, but it's all old wooden floors in the house.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And let me ask you something, just curious. So you got your old yellow brick here.
There's actually, I just updated. We put in a tankless water heater, and so I went through the brick because you have to have double vents.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hit the one brick, and there's actually 2 layers of brick.
Okay, so there's
2 layers. Yeah.
So it's actually 2 courses of brick. That's how thick the house is. There's not
on
more.
this side, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and that's what these are right here. These short ones right here. I learned this. That basically every 5th, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got the short brick. See that?
Oh yeah.
And those are going sideways in there to tie it in like Legos to make it stronger. Anyway, pretty cool.
So I went through the right section.
And so this is just your walkway. This is just your walkway underneath here, huh? Yeah, there's not a window there.
There's no, yeah.
Uh-huh, okay. Cool, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, you're lucky. It's like I said, it's a mess down here.
It's all good. I love it. Looks like you collect some antiques and stuff here, huh?
Oh yeah, my mom loves her antiques.
Wow. So cool.
See, that's the old. There's the stairs that go upstairs.
Oh yeah. Can I take a quick gander at that? I can get through there. Don't worry. So there it is. That's the downstairs right there, huh?
Yeah, and it's just that one little room.
Wow. Okay. And that's all stone. There's no brick down there.
No, it's all stone. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's cleaned up.
No worries at all. I really appreciate your time. You have a great day, sir. Yeah, it's called Streets of Tartaria. Is my YouTube channel.
Tartaria.
Streets of Tartar, Tartaria.
Okay.
Hey, have a good one.
Hey, you too, man.
So there's that. Interesting. And you can see that this hill just keeps going. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I didn't really see anything on the way back up there. So really interesting that now the manti is probably 30 to 50 miles away from here. And it is interesting that they've got that stone on that house that's the same as the Manti Temple. Basically, just makes you wonder if they found a bunch of buildings in a certain city and were able to transport a lot of those buildings out and remake stone homes and stuff in other towns. Just really interesting. I think he's basically saying that the stone on that house came from the same quarry that they mined the Manti Temple from. So interesting, you know. You don't always going to find exactly what you're looking for, but I think that we did see some real oddities in this town with these ground level windows. I just don't think anybody in their right mind is going to put in these ground level windows. And also we saw a lot of evidence of cover-up, particularly on the buildings like this one right here. And so that is Redmond, Utah. Thanks for watching.